All right, yo, what's up, guys? Man, we back, man. I told y'all, but that Madden 21 beta came out, and I played it, but I was able to fortunately play with it. It's gonna be out for 3 days. It's for this whole weekend. I don't know why EA, you know how to do it, bro. The three day stuff on the holiday, it doesn't make any sense. But I'm actually fortunate and grateful to be able to play it. But you can't record it, you can't screenshot it, you can't do nothing like that. So obviously, this is Madden 20. Uh, in the background. It's just a background. I'm not gonna be doing anything. This is my team. If you ought to know. Nothing overall. No money spent. Blah blah blah. Let's get it, man. All right. My first impressions for Madden 21 beta. At first, I freaking hated it, bro. I'm like, yo, this game freaking sucks. It's the same game. What the heck is going on? But that changed quickly. Now, I want to say this. When I played my first two games at night, the game was not fully done yet. It wasn't fully installed yet. I'll say that. The only thing I was able to do was play the Chiefs versus the Ravens. Um, but like I told y'all, the game was still installing. But that's the only two teams I could play with while the game was still installing. I just had to make that clear so y'all like, what the heck you talking about? For some reason, you actually play the game a little bit while it's still installing. I don't know if y'all understand that, but that's how you got to do it. So while I was able to play the two games, I didn't realize the first game I played was on All Madden. So I'm like, bro, this junk is tough, man. This junk is hard. What the heck is going on? I'm trying to play it like Madden 20. I'm throwing picks. I'm using Patrick Mahomes, by the way. I chose the Chiefs in the first game, and I was like, all right, cool. We about to try to dot up with Pat Mahomes, run out the pocket, do some crazy stuff, some cross body throws. He can still do all of that. But that first game of All Madden, the coverage, nobody could get open, bro. I was only able to throw 3 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson and the boys, bro, they put up 57 on me. It was like 21-57. I don't know what the heck I was doing. Um, because I tried to play it like Madden 20. And it felt like the same game, but it wasn't the same game. And actually, it looks like the same game, but it feels different. But I tried to play it like it was the same. That's how I gotta put it. But it's not the same game, bro. But that's what I want to tell y'all, bro. If you try to come in this game playing it like Madden 20, you're gonna think that the game's bad. But you have to learn how the new game is in order for you to be successful in this game. And I like learning new stuff. A lot of people don't like the controls because the truck stick is on the triangle and stuff like that. But since I grew up playing NFL Street, with different buttons and stuff like that, it was easy to get accustomed to it. Now, what I had to get accustomed to was the juke move. Even though obviously the juke move is the same, the hurdle is the stick up, and the hurdle is the stick up and over. Stick up and left or stick up and right. So sometimes when I tried to juke left, I had to stick too high up. So the dude barely moved. You have to make sure you have it literally left or right. You can't have it up or down. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure your stick work is left, right, horizontal or vertical. You say you can't do nothing, no vertical, no nothing. It has to be horizontal. So that was a learning curve for me. The first game, I'm like, bro, this young is ridiculous, bro. I don't like this. But that was when the game was still installing. The next game I played was on all pro mode. It was a little better because the defense wasn't cheating. And the thing is, I never felt cheated in this game, but I think it was a glitch where on all Madden, when you racked it and the player, like, if the wide receiver had a release off the defender and you rack it and you had a whole bunch of leeway to go for the house, your player would slow down instantly and they'll catch it to you and just hit you. I don't know what's up with that. I think EA needs to fix the AI on all Madden when it comes to that because I think that's just fake. They can easily patch stuff like that. But like I said, I played on all Madden by mistake my first game. But that was the thing I noticed. The pass rush wasn't ridiculous on all Madden. The coverage just was. And when you was in front of the players, they would just hawk you down for no reason. You'll slow down. Usually, you'll run at your regular speed and the defender will be faster because it's all Madden. That's how they do it. They'll actually slow you down. Like I'm talking about, you running in place and they'll just tackle you instantly. But if you're not playing on all Madden, I had no problems with that. Well, my first two games, I hated it, bro. I'm like, yo, this beta sucks. I don't know what the heck they was thinking. And they even had the same, since it felt like the same game, they even had the same menu, bro, from the Madden 20 beta. I'm like, bro, they really trying to say that it's a different game, but y'all got the same menu, bro, like from the last beta, and it's the same file. So I'm like, bro, what the heck are they doing? They really out here telling people that it's a new game, but it's actually the same beta from last year, just with different stuff. But that was because the game wasn't fully installed. It still had Russell Wilson in the Pro Bowl, advertising the Pro Bowl from last year. You know, in the last year beta, you was able to play the Pro Bowl, but in this year you can't. It's just the Chiefs versus Ravens, for the little game while the game is still installing. So I'm like, bro, they still got this junk on the in the background, and they saying it's a new game. It just feel like a huge title update. I was aggravated, bro. But that was the first game. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I was tired. Still had to go to work the next day. I'm like, bro, this junk sucks. Now the next day, which was yesterday, when the game was fully installed, when I actually sat down and played it, I was able to play with my Falcons. I went against the Buccaneers. That's the first thing I did. I played offline. I played with the Falcons versus the Buccaneers. I was like, okay, cool. We got my boy Matt Ryan. We playing at home. We about to see how the stadium looks. Now, first thing, boom. Playing this game, finally, when everything was installed, everything was good. I actually enjoyed the game, bro. I told you at first, that first thing, man, I was like, man, this jump, what are they doing, bro? But I have to say this. You cannot play Madden 21 like Madden 20. You have to play it differently. Don't come in here playing it the same way or you're going to get dominated. I'm telling you all that now. You have to play it a little differently. You have to get a feel of it, with the controls. Once you understand the controls, the game is actually a lot of fun. You can't go crazy. The usering on offense is not the same way, bro. It seems like they kind of took out some of the user on offense and defense. It's not the same way, bro. You have to. I don't know. I can't really explain it on offense. It's like sometimes you can use her, sometimes you can't use her. I guess it depends on the receiver you use. I'm not sure. The middle linebacker, you can't start roaming around the whole field like before. Um, and just because a player has speed on defense as a linebacker, don't mean that you can just use them. I think they actually have to have good stats and stuff like that, or they have to have an ability to really do it. Kind of like how they tried to, do it last year, but then they passed it and stuff like that, and you can basically use it with anybody. But anyway, my first impression was starting up the new game after the game was fully installed. I liked the presentation when the game first came up. Good intro for the game, EA. That's what I'm talking about. Halftime show still freaking sucks, but the intro before the pregame is really nice. Now, talking about gameplay. That's what y'all came here for, bro. Playing with Matt Ryan against the Buccaneers. This is the first game I believe they did Matt Ryan justice. Madden 21. They gave him an ability called sleight of hand on higher success on pump fakes and what was it, double moves or something like that. I don't know what the heck that means. I guess you got the sleight of hand, so if you pump fake the one dude, the defense will fall for it. It's like a double ability. Like he got a higher chance on the pump fake ability on one thing, and in the same ability, he has a higher chance of completing double move passes. I guess that's what it is. And I told y'all when I made that video, Matt Ryan throwing the pressure was gonna be nice. I told y'all that. And guess what? The dude has the ability to be immune to the pressure, bro. I told y'all, my boy Matt Ryan, they finally gave this man justice. Playing with the Falcons versus the Buccaneers was so much fun. Julio Jones, I expected to get some post, some post streak or whatever, post specialist, streak specialist. I didn't see none of that. The dude had a deep out, mid out, and route technician. He didn't have nothing deep or nothing like that. He was the only one abilities on only one with the X Factor, I believe. Matt Ryan just had the superstar abilities. Alex Mack, I don't did Alex Mack have something? I don't remember. But Kevin Ridley, nobody else had nothing except for Matt and Julio on offense and on defense. This man Grady Jarrett, bro. The dude got a bull rush ability where he has dominated bull rush abilities on the offensive line. He got interior run stuffer, I believe. That bull rush, because I want to check everything. Using is gonna be difficult in this game. I told y'all that. But using the defensive line, I just want to see how it works. Bro, if you go against a weak offensive lineman, I tried that bull rush move, that dominant bull rush move with Grady Jarrett. Bro, the animation is sick. I'm talking about you just push him down. You know how back in the day when you used to play the mini games and you was able to use the offensive lineman and just straight up pancake people? Bro, it's like you doing that but on defense. You just pushing that dude out the way and then you go straight for the quarterback. But a good part about that, what I have to say is balance to that, because you know how in Madden 20, if you have running back blocking and they or somebody just get instant shed, the running back would just move out the way, or they just be in position and they just get sacked. If you bull rush the quarterback, like bull rush a lineman, and a running back is right there, they'll run in front of the quarterback where they supposed to be up and try to pick the block up. So using the D line is actually good and it's not overpowered. So if you got a running back there and you like go straight through the line, you're not gonna get a free ride to the quarterback. You're gonna have to get by that running back, probably the same way you got back by that lineman, and it's balanced. I like that. You just can't instantly just boom and go straight to the quarterback. If that running back there, then you finally gonna pick it up, bro. So no more dumb running backs. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Um, all right. So I talked about the usual offense is not the same. It's kind of weird. You really don't have a lot of control. You can, but you really can't. Use it on defense. You can use her, but it's not going to be the same feeling. Now, running the ball, running the ball is actually it's kind of balanced. I believe it's balanced. Sometimes you run the ball, the blocking is good, like it's supposed to be. Like you have good blockers, you're supposed to block good. It's not supposed to be OP, but it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to do what you're doing. I've seen people going to where they're supposed to go. People picking up blocks. I heard some people say it's not good blocking downfield, but I had no problems with that. It's been really good when I was playing. Using Todd Gurley on the Falcons, yo, I told y'all the truck stick on triangle is I actually don't mind it, but I've been running over. I'm talking about the animations from trucking is really nice. You know how you used to truck somebody and they slow down and have to finish the animation? Todd Gurley trucks them and just keep going, like the old truck stick, like the uh truck stick. No, his stick was on 05. Did they add truck stick in 05 too? Or was that 2007? It was one of them years, bro. It's like the old truck stick where you truck them, it even makes that noise like, oh, and then you keep going, just take off. And then now you can add more moves and stuff, so you can truck somebody, juke, dead leg, and spin. I told y'all, when I first tried to do that, I was trash. But when you actually pull those moves off, it feels good, man. It's a great feeling. The moves are good. The animations are good. When it comes to that type of stuff. But the only thing I had trouble with was clicking on. So say if you're on defense and somebody's running the ball, and sometimes when you're a defender, when the running back is faster than the defender you're using, you click onto another player. When I try to click onto another player, it's like a little delay, bro. It just took like 2 seconds to register my input to go to another player. So I advise you, and this is what I had to do. I had to turn on Heat Seeker and I had to turn on Switch Assist. If you don't turn that on, it's gonna take you forever to click onto the next person. So when I turned both of those on, everything was good. It's still not as fast as it was in the previous Maddens, but you'll be able to click on a lot faster to another defender, so you can go track down the ball. So that's another thing. So yeah. What else? The deep ball, like I said, 1-on-1, it's not the same way. I don't know how that's gonna register or whatever, but it's not the same way, bro. It's different, bro. It's a lot different. You have to really, I'm gonna have to really practice to see how I'm gonna be able to do that, like I used to do in Madden 20. All right, now jump balls. Not jump balls. It's kind of like how you throw over the middle. Let me say the middle of the field balls. Say you throw it into the middle of the field and you about to throw it to your receiver and the safety comes running over like Sean Taylor used to do and everybody named Mama used to do in Madden 20. If you are already there and a defender comes over, it really depends on, in my opinion, what I've seen so far, your strength and the weight of the player. I had Julio and I believe, who was that safety? Was it Sorensen on the Chiefs? He tried to come over and pick the ball off. Julio jumped up, used his size, and came down with the ball. Even though Sorensen had the ball and tried to come down with it to the ground, he jumped up. He had touched the ball and tried to come down with it. Julio had the ball on his hands as well and came down with it. But it looked clean though. It didn't look like his hands was through his body. It looked like Julio just straight up biting him and mossed him, realistically, and I like that. The weight of Julio and the size of Julio matter against Sorensen. and I like that. So you can still moss people, but it's still about positioning, and it's still about the player that you moss some people with. So I think that's really good. What else? What else? What else? Now it took me a while to actually get an interception in this game because for some reason I've seen a lot more drop picks in this game. That's not good. I don't know what's up with that. But the main dude when I was on the Falcons who always caught picks for me was DeMonte Casey. I don't know what his catching is in this game, but DeMonte Casey, he did a really good job picking the ball off. He was just everywhere. He was everywhere all over the field. He was doing good. Now, using a linebacker, like I said, was kind of sluggish, but using as far as the clicking on when the ball is in the air, you can still do that pretty good and run over. The animations, it feels different, bro. I can't really explain it. I have to really get a feel. When the ball is in the air, it's a really different feeling than it was in any previous games. It's like the ball sits up in the air for a minute and you can go get it. The tip balls, it's more realistic. I haven't seen no tip balls that go in the crowd. It actually stay up in a little bit and you can run over and try to catch it. I've tried to catch a ball like that on offense. I've been successful. I think you can actually move the receiver on offense now when it's a tip ball. But I don't know if you can do it all the time. But the time I try to do it, you can. So that's another thing. So yeah, guys, that's my first impression, bro. I like the fact that the quarterbacks can get the ball off now, and if somebody in your face and they hit you at the last minute, it'll be thrown short. You can throw a pick, you know what I'm saying, or maybe they'll even call it a fumble. It depends on how you get hit. Um, the abilities are really good. It seems like they balanced it. They got more on defense now for the defenders. Um, the controls, I have no problem with controls, bro. People just gotta adapt. That's what I believe. People gotta adapt. The truck stick is back, bro. You can truck somebody, keep going now. I love that. Stiff arm. I haven't really did too many successful stiff arms. Um, but other than that, the game is pretty cool, bro. The game is actually nice, bro. But my first impressions, I told you I hated that, bro. I'm like, bro, this one sucks. But actually sitting down and playing the game, it's a lot better. Um, I'm trying to think. I told y'all the memory on the offensive line with the pass rush moves. Yeah, I love it, bro. Good stuff by EA on that. Even though I was trying on the defensive line to see what was going on with it, trying to really go through the offensive line, defensive line, and dominating with the defensive line. If it's that same person, especially Mitchell Schwartz, bro, he got like better memory of moves and stuff like that. That dude is a good blocker. If Mutt comes out like you want to start off with a good pass blocker, the better the blocker is, the better the stats, the more moves they remember, and of course the better pass blocker or run blocker they're gonna be. So that's awesome. So good stuff for that for fixing the offensive line. Even though they improved the defensive line, they also improved the offensive line. So there's balance. Um, I'm trying to think of anything else right now I can tell y'all. I told you about the lurking. I told you about the username. I told you about the controls. Um, I told you about the thanks presentation for the intro. The abilities I told you, Matt Ryan got the immunity to pressure. He got the sleight of hand. I haven't played with Tom Brady yet, but he got conductor. He got hot route master. He got all that crazy stuff, man. And the animations after the oh yeah, of course the celebrations. Celebrations. I haven't seen any new celebrations, but they all the same. But yeah, after you get a sack, after you get a pick, you can choose. Well, after you get a pick, if it's on the field, you can't do like no team celebration on the field. Even though I know in real life you can. Like sometimes they'll run down in the end zone and be like, "Yo, what's up?" They'll take a picture, or if they get a sack and get the ball, you can't do no team celebrations on the field unless you score a touchdown. But you can still do the swagger, the dance, the spike, or the signature if they got one. You can do that anytime you get a sack, anytime you get or a user sack, anytime you get a user pick, or even on first down. Like if you score like a first down, with a running back or a wide receiver or even a quarterback like Lamar Jackson or something like that, they'll give you option to either dance, to do a signature, or to just stay first down. They'll give you that, and it's a lot more fun. I wish it was more smoother because they had like the little ring on it, and then you have to choose which one it is. If they go straight in the animation, that'd be nice. Or if you can move your player around, that'd be kind of nice too. But I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess. It's not nothing too crazy, but it's cool. Now, what I did try to do in this game was pump up the crowd. As far as right now, you cannot pump up the crowd like you could in previous Maddens, even though you couldn't do it last year or the year before that. But pumping up the crowd, something as simple as that, you can't do it no more. I hate it. There ain't no vibration on the controller like how it is in NCAA. Like you still see all the routes. Nothing too crazy like that. Um, yeah, man. So that's all I can see for right now. I'm gonna play a lot more. Let me know if y'all got any questions that I did not touch on, and I'll let y'all know, bro. But the abilities are really nice. They're back. They're cool. My first impression, I told y'all the game sucked, but it's nice now. I actually like it. I'm actually enjoying it. I can't wait to play it. I'm probably about to play it more after this video. Um, yeah. So let me know what y'all think, man. I'm sure everybody thought the same thing. Everybody and their mama, I know they was like, bro, this game sucks, bro. But I'm telling y'all, playing it and understanding it, this game is good. Do not play this game like Madden 20 or you will hate it. Play it like a new game. Play it like a different game. Play it like something you never played before, and you will like the game. Out routes, I'll or you can actually stop out routes. By the way, I meant to say that. But a guy like Julio Jones, if you hit the out route and you're able to turn up field now, which I love. However you angle the stick, that's the way you're gonna go. By the way, possession catches in the back of the end zone are so good. Possession catches in general are so good. Thank you so much, E. You don't have to roll backwards no more. All them dumb animations before the first down. It's good, man. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video off. I already said too much. Let me know what y'all think, bro. A lot of good stuff in this beta. Just give it a chance if y'all able to play it. Don't listen to what everybody is saying. Like, oh man, it's not the same game. I thought it was, and I felt like it was at first. But when you play it and really feel it, I'm telling y'all, it's different. And I think they're actually saving the juicy stuff for the next gen. It's like, all right, you know what? We have to make something for this current gen. Let's just do a few stuff. But I like the changes. And I think it's gonna be better. Now, what's good about this beta? It's not ridiculously good like the Madden 20 beta was, but it's fun. It's cool. I can deal with it. So when the actual game comes out, maybe they'll do the opposite for a change. Maybe the real game will be better than the beta, so we won't have to freaking go crazy on it. Now the shoestring tackles, uh, I don't think I remember seeing any except for when I played on All Madden, like I told y'all. Even though it wasn't even the shoestring tackle, they just immediately caught up to you. So I don't know. I got to check that out, and I'll let y'all know in the comments if shoestring tackles are still in the game. But yeah, all right. See you on the next one. I'm out.